Hello guys, today I will explain you why your Vayne isn't dealing damage and how to actually fix this problem. We're playing in around Master Diamond, that's the elo that we're playing on. So we're playing Nidalee Vayne, and the first mistake that I see every Vayne player is to go little tempo. 99% of the times, especially when you look for 1v1s on this character, you want to go PTA. And that's an example of this game. I want to go PTA because I look for skirmishes, and I would rather, I just would rather have more damage on the single target because Vayne... While Vayne is actually pretty good on a 5 versus 5 ambience, it's so much better if you play here more like a skirmisher. So, looking for skirmishes or 1 versus 1s, you usually will have more value by doing that. So this guy's looking for a full all-in here, which I kind of agree with. The guy still has heal. Okay, never mind, he doesn't. Pretty good, we got already 1 kill. The enemy made a huge mistake just by playing in that way. Now, the Vayne build that I like, another mistake that I see like many people do on Vayne, is going for a non-crit or like a build that's usually on it. Now, let me explain what I mean with that, because I'm not against Vayne on it. I'm against picking Vayne on it in the wrong context. And usually you want to pick Vayne on it when you have a lot of shields as well, like you have a pillar support and you have chance to actually clicking in a team fight, which simply put means that imagine you have your range, like your range is 550. It's not really easy to consistently hit at this range, especially in this meta. Just speak about how many times the enemy is actually in your range. How many times does it happen? It actually doesn't happen often, right? And so playing on it feels bad because you have to go to them, play fair, and it just doesn't feel that good. Well, if you play with crit, you just need like about 2 to 3 seconds and you're gonna one-shot everyone. And that's the whole difference between the builds, right? Oh, fuck me, man. That was a pretty good hit on me. But yeah, the most important thing when it comes to Vayne, I enjoy a lot press the attack. You can even try a Hell of Blades in some way. I think this is another really good gank, and MF should be the focus, which she probably will. And despite her trying, well, she's gonna get impaled and bye-bye. That's another really good kill for us. We start 4-0, that's pretty good. Killing dies. Now, usually when I play Vayne, I play Yantl Infinity Edge. That's the build that I like the most, because it gives a lot of DPS, despite Essence Seaver also being really good, honestly. The problem with Essence Seaver is that you don't have attack speed, right? And I don't like playing a Vayne without attack speed. Most of the times I enjoy playing a Vayne that has a bit more attack speed, so that you can sort of like DPS out every single target, instead of looking for the pick-off, and then that's pretty much it. That's the whole difference between the two builds. So in this case, we're gonna go Yantl. And we're gonna go botlane again. The main difference, again, between Yantl and Essence Seaver. Essence Seaver is more of a 1v1 item. You kill the target, that's pretty much it, right? You focus merely on using your Q, nothing else happens. You tumble auto, tumble auto, tumble auto, tumble auto. Instead with Yantl, you simply wanna play DPS. So you reach a point where you're statistically really strong, and then you're just gonna beat the enemy. Now, of course, the best base you could possibly do with this build is... the BF sort of 1k 300. I always try to like aim for it most of my games, but in this game, well, guess what? We didn't manage to actually close it up. Okay, Nidalee does the thing. I can still think that we can look for it. It's actually not that bad. Okay, he barriers. So we took off a barrier, that's not that bad. Use both potions now. And so, yeah, most of the damage that you're gonna do as Vayne are mostly done by simply not going on it, if that makes sense. Most of the times. Like, you're just gonna deal so much more damage by simply changing your build, really. Because Vayne has already a really high damage. But the problem is that I see many people as well going for a Qmax build, for example. Like, you see, I'm doing a Qmax build. And the Qmax build is usually more towards an AD build, right? So if you're playing an on-it build, you should max W. While if you're playing for an AD build, you should max Q. That's another mistake that I see many times done by like many DC players when it comes to Vayne. The Tumble has a really high scaling and the AD ratio levels up based on the level of Q. And that's what I usually take in account. Like if they have a triple tank, usually my decision goes based on the triple tank. So if they have a triple frontline, Leona support, jungle set, usually up to 3 characters. So here we have the level 6 advantage, the guys to respect. If he doesn't, we're just gonna jump on him. And yeah, we just have to pop the potions here and Imagine not respecting the level 6 of Vayne. Sadly, the level 6 of Vayne is one of the best timers in the game, so as you guys see a level 6 Vayne and you're not, you gotta run away. You gotta ultra run away. And again, this is like a Diamond Master game, so these mistakes, they do happen every single day in League of Legends, you know? It's like the enemy, oh fuck, he gets level 6, and then he doesn't respect and he just dies. We took off the flash as well, which is quite awesome. And now we finally will get the BF Sword, which is our biggest spike in the game. I hope the sun is not gonna freeze the wave. Yeah, she doesn't. Nice. And again, guys, I know how frustrating it is to play Vayne. You love this character, but then you don't fucking like succeed with her. And I'm telling you, like, it's not about the farm, it's about the mechanics that you have with the champion and the 99% the build. So, if you play a build where you are comfortable and you manage to get a lot of kills and you can limit test a lot, every single time you gotta punish with Vayne, you gotta try to punish. Then, you're gonna have games where you go 0-10, you're gonna have games where you go 10-0. It's a bit of like a up and down champion, especially if you don't play her that much. So again, don't be depressed, just like try to do as many games as you can. And try to get as much knowledge as you can on the character, because that's what's gonna make you the best Vayne, just like more experience towards the 1v1 fights. Not even having a good farm, right? Because I feel like having a good farm with Vayne is kind of like a bad thing. It's the same as like playing Twitch full farm instead of Twitch assassin, right? You wanna play these characters limit testing, and so having a perfect farm just makes no sense. Like you're gonna most of the times have a 7-8 CS per minute. So if you're playing Vayne and you don't have a good farm, guys, the farm is not the problem. The problem is gathering the kills, right? Because if you gather the kills as Vayne, you're gonna succeed. Trust me when I say it. I know this character, and it's all about getting the kills at the right time in the right context. If you do it, well, you're gonna win the game. And now even here, when you wanna take the tower, hug the wall, and tumble, you're gonna deal so much more damage. And when you play an AD build, you destroy towers really quick. So this tiny trick makes it really easy to get towers and just like snowball the lead, right? From here, it's the best position ever for Vayne, honestly. Once you reach those 2 items, you simply want to play silent. Like the difference between On-It Vayne and Crit Vayne loves to play silent, while On-It Vayne doesn't like it as much. So keep it in mind when you want to play this character. When I play Crit every single time, I look for 1v1s in the silent, and if I can win, well, better for us. Now, I didn't want to flash that, but that's fine. You see that I have so much damage anyways, like it's just like no sense, really. When you learn just like the spikes of like Vayne crits, and you come to a point where you're ahead, it just doesn't make any sense, really. So this guy gonna come with teleport, I'm gonna E him right away. What was that teleport? I think he's alive anyways. Maybe I can reach him with passive now, there's no way. Alright, we're gonna take this one base. I don't know where Akarim is. Okay, now I know. I had to flash. I don't know if Sona is ultimate. That's the most important thing. This guy's probably dead. I'm gonna chase him for a while to check if he's gonna ult. Nice. Now we're just gonna call Nash, right? Of course. Make sure to leave a like if you're enjoying, or comment down below if you have any other build that you like as Vayne to actually play. This has been my favorite one since a lot of time. And I actually reached Grandmasters with it eyes closed. Like, it was really, really fun to play. One of my favorite builds, hands down. So here you're gonna get Phantom Dancer. I think Phantom Dancer is one of the best items at ZLs in the game. It's actually one of the best, yeah. 65% attack speed, 25% critical strike. It's just like such a gold efficient item. If you want, you can try Feed Hunter. I also saw a lot of people having a lot of success with Crit Feed Hunter, because your tumble damage gets a percentage of the tumble in true damage. So it's pretty good as well, but it's not as good statistically as Phantom Dancer. Depends on how much DPS you want. So for example, in this game where I'm so much ahead, I could have probably gone for Feed Hunter. But again, I'm a fan of Phantom Dancer, really. I'm a huge fan of this item. It just works wonderfully. And that's the reason of why I'm always going for it 99% of the times. Now, this teamfight middle is really hard because they have Lissandra in 2 Akarim ults. So I'm not gonna hard force too much. We probably should play 1-3-1 in this game. What 1-3-1 means is simply that we're gonna look for a double lane pressure. So this fight that we're doing here, I'm not a huge fan. The kick was pretty good. But playing this deep for my character, it's a bit hard, to be honest. Okay, the guy ults out. We managed to kind of like cheat it out, but here, probably playing silent for my character would have been a bit better, like pushing topside and forcing 1-3-1 instead of like doing 4-1, which is a bit harder to do against this comp, I guess. But they're really behind. I think that we are at least 7 to 8k goal ahead, which makes this game surely easier to close. We're trolling a bit, but oh my god, where did the guy go? Diane is an unreal champion. And yeah, we won the game, guys. Master game. I explained you how to play Vayne crit, why I enjoy it a lot. And yeah. I don't know, like there's not much else to say, right? It's 99% build and then just like, you know, play side lane or look for team fights against the character that's like weaker than you, get the kills off, get the levels advantage, and then just win the game.